Hi, I'm Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. And if you have watched the Divide video that we did, then you'll recognize that market right behind me there, because I am in Divide now, but we're not doing another Divide video today. We're actually going to do the Florissant video that I've been wanting to get done. It is just about to get really bad weather up here, so I thought we would try to get that done today. But one reason I stopped in Divide is because there is one Divide add-on that at the time I was doing the Divide video, I was thinking it was in Florissant, and that is the Wolf Preserve. But it's not in Florissant. When I was researching for Florissant, I realized it was actually part of Divide. So we're going to stop there because it is on the way to Florissant. That's one reason I thought it was part of Florissant. So we're going to stop there just real quick and go over that one, and then we'll move on to Florissant. So just a quick reminder, this is the busy intersection, as you can hear, in Divide. That's the Highway 24. You can see the sign there that if you turn to the left, you can go to Mueller State Park, Cripple Creek, Victor, all those places. But what we're going to do today is we are going to be going straight through, and that is the way to get to Florissant. If you're going to go to Breckenridge from the Springs, that's the way you would go, or Keystone, you'll go that way as well. But we're stopping at Florissant today. Our first stop is going to be the Wolf Preserve that's actually considered Divide. All right, so this is actually at the top of the Wolf Preserve. It is off of Twin Rocks Road, which you can get to Florissant by Twin Rocks. You just go on 24 and then you would go Twin Rocks, and then it just kind of makes a loop. But we'll be going to Florissant on the main 24. But I'm just going to go in here really quickly. Now, I'm not doing a wolf tour today. You can do them. We've done them. It's really great. But we'll go in the gift shop and I'll see if I can film anything in there. But they do really great work out here, obviously, with the wolves, and work really hard to protect these beautiful creatures. So we'll go and check it out. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. So as I mentioned, today we are doing Florissant. I don't know if you can see that with the shadow there, but Florissant, it's an elevation of 8,200 feet, and it is right down that hill. We're going to go there. So right as you're getting into Florissant, coming off of 24, that's that way there. Right as you're getting into town, this is just a pull-off that you can come to if you want, and it's got really neat information. It tells you about the Gold Belt Tour, and I like this part over here where you are standing where the Ute Indians once lived, and that is absolutely true, and that's one of the reasons they call this the Ute Pass up here, if you've heard of that. And you can see that right there. It says the Ute Indians called Ute Pass the doorway into the Red Earth Mountains. So Florissant itself was established in 1870. You can see that right there. And it's got a lot of neat things. It's a very small town, not too far from Colorado Springs. I, believe it or not, commuted for 2 hours one way when I worked in Denver, and I lived down this way. So you can do it, and some people do just for traffic and not living in the big city and the cost and expenses there. So it's something you could do, but even if you just come up and visit Florissant, it's a wonderful little town. This is where the Florissant fossil beds are, and I'll put the National Park Service link down below. So that's a really fun day trip for you and the kids or whoever you want to bring up. That's fun. Or if you're a fisherman type, this is where you get into some of that really good fishing that I'm going to do that one video on that talks more about that. But right now, I'll just say that we're going to stop and we're going to see Spinney, and we're also going to see 11 Mile, and I have done regular fishing and ice fishing at 11 Mile. So all of that is here in Florissant, and we're going to go take a look. Now this is actually an add-on to my video that I did the other day. You'll see there's snow today and there wasn't the other day, but I didn't think it would be right to have a Florissant video without talking about the Costello Street coffee house, and I'm going to go over there in a minute, but right across the street is the Iron Tree and the Funky Town Brewery. So they kind of go together because this here was the house of the McLaughlins, and so it is an 1885 parlor that you actually get to sit in. They bought this after James Costello had passed away, and there's a really neat story on their website about all of that and how James Costello's wife was called Biscuits by the Ute Indians who were friends with them. And so after he passed away, and by the way, he is him and some of his family members are buried in the Florissant Cemetery, which you can go and visit. It's just outside of town towards the Florissant fossil beds. But then Mr. McLaughlin bought this, and right across the street, this is the one across the street is not the same building, but it's in the same location where he had his general store. And so that you'll see the Iron Tree over there. And I have eaten there, and I have also had coffee and yummies here, and both of them are really, really great. So definitely if you're coming around just to even go through town, or maybe you're stopping for a while, or if you're going to become a local, then these would be great places to go. So this is the parlor, the actual parlor that you get to sit in when you're having your coffee or your tea, just relaxing. Here's another area that you can use. It's just so quaint in here. And then right over there is the Iron Tree, which used to be the area of the general store. And I thought this would be the perfect place to have our scripture break as well. So with everything going on in the world, I thought it would be a couple of really great ones in Isaiah. First in chapter 40, very famous verse, you may have heard of it, verse 31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. And then moving over to chapter 41, verse 10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So those are huge reminders for today and everything that's going on. And as always, there are links down below where you can learn more about Jesus, becoming a follower of him, if that is something of interest to you, and some really encouraging links that just to check out if that's something that would be a comfort to you. So here we are out at 11 Mile. It is very windy today, so I hope you can hear me okay. But it is a beautiful recreation area. Now, it is technically Lake George. I don't know if you can see that sign there. It says it's 11 miles to Lake George, which is a little town just on the other side of Florissant. But this is a wonderfully popular area to come. They have fishing, you know, during the year, but then they also have ice fishing out here. I think that is the coldest I've ever been in my life, is ice fishing on 11 Mile, but it was fun. I'm glad we got to do it. There's hiking out here, there's camping out here. You can imagine, if you can look around, it is beautiful for stargazing and bird watching and just all kinds of things like that. So this is one of the gems there, if you're going to be going to Florissant or staying in Florissant, that you definitely will want to check out. So here is some of the state park information. I just wanted to show you this because it does show you how big the reservoir is, and then it's got the campgrounds around there, and there's boat ramps and all that kind of thing, and the walking trails, and so it's really fun. You can't have the snowmobiles up here, you'll see that right there, but then let me just show you right around this. This is another one like Mueller, where if you have that one pass on your Colorado your registration, then you're fine. Otherwise it's $10 a day. But let me show you right around that. This is just another picture of the reservoir. It goes all the way around there. It's just wonderful. So since I mentioned Lake George, I did want to just stop. It's a cute little town. It's actually in Park County. It's not in Teller County. You can see over there, that is the Lake George Granite Canyon General Store. And then this over here is a barbecue place. They also have a charter school that has started recently that, from my understanding, has become very, very popular, and I do see it advertised in Woodland Park. So if that is something of interest to you and you're thinking of even going to Teller Park, you can look into Lake George Charter School too. And right over that way, there are several churches here actually in this little town, but there's also a fire protection district over there, and then right down that road is where we just came from, about 11 miles. You go down there and you turn to the left, and that's how you get to 11 Mile State Park and Reservoir. If you're enjoying these videos, would you please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you can be notified when we have upcoming videos and all the new content coming out, and then we can just unplug together and have a few moments to just relax and enjoy. Thanks. So I want to show you, even though this hill is right there, this is coming into town right from Lake George. So coming back from Park County back into Teller County. It's only 4 miles away from Lake George till you get back here. And where you see that flag, that is the fire station. So there's a fire station there. There's an ambulance service right next to the fire station. They share an area there, and then you can't see it too well until I blow it up here. They do have a full Ace Hardware in town, so that's really nice. And then you can see churches, and I'll just pan around here. This is the actual little town of Florissant itself, and I've just stopped at this Conoco. And one of the things about the Conoco, you'll see it says Mountain Burger. I have not eaten it myself, so I can't say for sure, but I have heard that those burgers are absolutely amazing. So maybe stop and try one of those if you're in town as well. Now, I'm not going to try to go to Spenny today because of the timing on the video and everything else. It's just going to take too long to get there. But we are going to go to the Florissant fossil beds, because as you can see, that is the sign for that right there, and it is just around the corner. It is actually in Florissant, just right outside of the little town. So we're going to go there. are helicopters that are all over here today. I'm not sure what they're doing, but there's 2 or 3 of them that keep going back and forth. But you see there, it says the Garden Rock Center Shop right next to there. They do have their own post office here. And then I just wanted to show you this. It's not open today, but there is a wonderful little museum here, and it's got a food truck and things, and there's one of the covered wagon type thing, and then there's the teepee that obviously doesn't have anything on it right now. But if you get a chance to stop at this museum, there's all kinds of good Old West type memorabilia in there, so that's really nice. And right on the other side of this museum, there is a great feed shop for just all kinds of animals, you know, that you would have out here, the horses and the chickens and things like that. So that's really convenient to have this here too. And then you can see that is the main road that we just turned off of there, so it's not very far at all. And then it's just right up the street. We're going to go to the Florissant fossil beds, so it's all really close. So directly across from the feed shop is I don't know if you can see the sign, but it's the Florissant Family Medicine. So they have a little family medicine out here too, and that is right next to the post office. And then it shows the Florissant Fossil Bed Visitor Center is 2 miles right outside of town, so not far at all. So making a stop here at the Hornbeck Homestead, which is part of the Florissant Fossil Beds National Monument. This is the road that we're driving down. That is part of the Gold Belt Tour. Have you heard of that? I have actually driven that. If you've heard of it, put a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you know about it. We may do a video on that soon, but just so you do know, it is a fee area. When you come here, so if you have one of the senior passes or you have one of the veteran passes, things like that, that should work, I would think. Definitely you want to check that out, but just be aware that this is a fee area that you need to go. So we're not going to go down there right now, but I am going to go to the visitor center, and hopefully it will be open, and go in there and show you what it's like. Okay, so I'm here at the visitor center, and just a note, it is closed on Sundays, it says, so just know that. And then it does talk about the annual passes, the military, the senior, that kind of thing, so it looks like that does count if you have those. Otherwise, it is $10 per person ages 16 and up, and anyone 15 and under is free, so that's great. It says it's valid for 7 days, so if you're up here camping or something, that could be something you do. I know they do have out here, I don't know if you can really see it from where we are at the visitor center, but there is not a lot of light or anything out here, so they have a lot of the nighttime where you can come out and they'll do things with the stars where you can just see all those stars without the light pollution, so that's something to keep in mind that you might want to do. All right, so we got up to the front of, we're getting ready to go into the visitor center now, and I wanted to show you. It says things to do here. It talks about the visitor center. It also talks about the Hornbeck Homestead where we just stopped. It says it's an 1878 homestead, example of early Colorado ranch, and it's open during the summer for touring, but the rest of the year you can also walk the grounds and see the buildings and things, so that's nice. It does have one of the junior ranger programs and the hiking trails and self-guided trails. It says there are seasonally ranger programs where you can join a ranger and learn about things there. And you may hear my little granddaughter, she's with me today. Just to keep in mind, it is about 8,400 feet up here, and air is dry, oxygen is sparse, and sun is strong is what it says. So just to keep those things in mind. And then here's the actual map of the Florissant fossil beds, and it shows you the trails and things like that. And there it's showing some of the fossils, and I know it was talking about on the website that, oh, there's a picture of the there it is, of the the leaves and things that were fossilized here. So definitely lots to see. And then here is the visitor center. So we're going to pop in there real quick, and then we'll keep going. One really nice surprise. So this is the back of the visitor center. And by the way, the military national park pass does work here. So the senior one I'm sure does too. But she said you just go right out here, and already there is areas, there's an amphitheater there that I'm going to walk over to. She said there's fossilized trees right there. And there's another one right over there. And then there's walking trails and stuff as well. But like today, I have my little infant grandbaby with me, so I'm not going to be doing walking trails. So that's really nice. They have them right out here. Actually, I guess we could just walk over there. So it says Ancient Forest Diversity. And so there is a fossilized redwood right there, right outside the visitor center. So that's really nice. Once you turn on Twin Rocks Road, then you come down to the other entrance to the Florissant fossil beds, and you see here it says this is the Barksdale picnic area, and it's got a note here that it is for day use only. It is part of the fee area, and you can't take horses back there, so that's just one thing to keep in mind. So that is it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed going around Florissant and even getting to see a little bit of Lake George with me. People do live up here and still commute to the Springs or even to Denver, so that's something that you could check out. I looked at the population, and it's very small. It went from 121 to 130 from 2020 to 2023, but if you figure that out, that's almost a 10% increase. So that is really quite a bit. It is a growing community, just like so many others up here. People are getting priced out of the Springs, or just not wanting to be down with so many people and all of that, wanting a quieter pace of life. So something to check out for sure. I am getting comments and emails about doing videos on things like maybe a Charis Bible College tour. So I'm looking into that. I don't know if they allow that or what they allow, so we'll find out about that. And there's other videos that'll be coming up in the future. So if there's something you'd like to see, please put a comment down below, or do contact me in my email. It's in the links below as well. And check that out. If you're enjoying these videos, please hit the subscribe button. It does help the channel, and hit the notification bell so you'll get notified when we do have videos. But check in too, because sometimes I hear those notifications don't always work properly. So check back with the channel and just see what things are going on. And if you've liked this video, please hit the like button. Thanks so much. Have a great day. See you at the next video.